The beginning of my trailer starts off with the production logo instead of the audience rating. I have noticed most British films start off with the trailer by showing the scenes or begin with the production logo. This is mostly common in American trailers where the first thing audiences would see is the audience notification information. After analysing all the trailers which I got inspiration from, I realised that the location which I would use is very important. I decided to film my trailer in 4 major locations: a house, a park in Aberwood, a park in Sidcup, and my school corridor. All these locations helped me to create a good horror trailer. I knew what I wanted to film in each of my locations and the message which I was trying to portray. One location which was used a lot in my trailer was a house where the main character lived. Crazy things was going on in that house, and watching horror trailers, a house plays a big role in making things look scary. For some scenes, I made sure I used low-key lighting so it would look more scary, and some scenes were filmed in the light, but through Final Cut Pro, I was able to make it look like it was filmed at night time. I decided to have an establishing shot of the park and the church in which the main character goes to. Many horror films open up with the camera showing us the area and introducing the characters. I have done the same thing, which has impacted my trailer in a positive way. The park scene in the beginning was filmed in the day, but through Final Cut Pro, I was able to make it look like it was filmed in the night. The trailer Eden Lake also began with showing audiences some scenes of the city. Psychological films usually have religious elements, and I decided to follow this convention. I decided that all the information in my trailer would be related to religion, and I used various camera angles showing how the main character was trying to escape from all the cult members, and I showed various scenes as well portraying this. I looked at the lighting for some of the scenes of some of the trailers, and I noticed that for the scary parts, low-key lighting was used to get audiences scared. This is a typical convention because most horror films are filmed at night instead of day. I applied this to my trailer, and I used a lot of low-key lighting in the majority of my scenes. When researching horror trailers, I realized that all of them have various camera angles, and they do not just focus on one camera angle because that would be boring for audiences. I applied this to my trailer, and I used as many different angles as possible, and I selected the ones which I thought worked well and added it to my trailer. I had a lot of inspiration from the trailer Eden Lake and The Collector. There was a lot of transitions which was fast or slow, and I followed it by making my trailer slow in the beginning, then fast editing used towards the end of it. When looking at the trailers, I noticed that as the trailer built up, text would appear saying something in relation to what is happening. I decided to have various texts which would leave clues for audiences. As my trailer was building up, I made sure to add text so audiences would now be eager to know what is going to happen after the text is shown. All film trailers have text which will either tell a story or leave clues and ideas in the person who is watching its mind. When it came to the sound, I found it kind of easy to try and make everything blend in because I'd watched existing horror trailers and I knew how they put in their sound to make it look scary, intense for audiences. So I noticed that for the first 30 to 40 seconds of existing horror trailers, they normally have slow, calm music just setting the scene, and then from then on to the rest of the trailer, just fast editing and build-up music is actually going on in the background, and that actually gets the audiences very, very scared. And that's what I done for my trailer. I was trying to follow creative conventions by applying slow music at first and then doing having fast music towards the end, and this actually made it very scary for audiences, and they were wondering, okay, what's going to happen next. So the sound was very important because it actually determined where the trailer was going to go. So I decided to follow this code of conventions, and it actually resulted to my trailer looking very good and looking very professional and creative.